Looking inside the 2000 Cobra R trunk, we can see that the 2000 Cobra R spare tire is actually pretty cool. The jack was specific to the Cobra R because it had to clear the side exit exhaust for the pinch welds where you lift. So I thought that was actually pretty cool to know that that is different, and the whole wheel back there is actually different. No trunk liner. Just everything is just business back here. All the Mustangs would have a carpeted trunk there, and you can see the FPDM and all the normal stuff that the car would have back there. But this is cool. The spare tire says to avoid possible rear axle damage, use this tire on the front axle only. To replace a rear flat tire, put the spare tire on the front axle and place the front tire on the rear axle. So it's saying basically don't put this on the rear of the vehicle. And the reason for that is because this is a 17 by 8 wheel. This is not a 18 by 9.5 wheel that the Cobra R would have. This is actually a wheel from a 98 Cobra. That's where this wheel would have come from. And that's kind of cool because 98 was a 1 year only wheel. I'm surprised they didn't use a 99 Cobra wheel. But the 98 Cobra wheel spokes might bow out a little bit more to clear the front bigger brakes on the 2000 Cobra R, so that might be the reason they chose this specific wheel, because even though it's not the right size, it still will clear the brakes. But they needed this 98 Cobra wheel and tire as a full-size spare, and the reason they don't want you putting this on the rear of the car is because it's a different size than the 18-inch wheel, and if you put that on the back of the car and you have the normal size on the other side of the back of the car, it's going to mess up your differential, it's going to mess up the gears, it can do some damage. So they say go ahead, and if you get a rear flat tire, then take the wheel from the front of the car and put it on the rear and put the spare on the front, because the front doesn't really matter. It doesn't have a front axle with gears that are going to be grinding each other if they're off. So put this on the front of the car all the time, and if you get a front flat tire, then that's fine, just put this on the front. But if you do get a flat tire on the rear, make sure that the front wheel comes off the car and goes onto the back, and that this only goes on the front of the car. So I thought that was pretty interesting, but it's cool to see one of these. You can see it with a yellow sticker on it, and I really like that they did this, and you never see this picture anywhere. If you Google 2000 Cobra R spare tire or spare wheel, it's just going to come up with tire sizes, and it's going to refer to the 18-inch wheels, and there are very few pictures on the internet of someone who's actually had this tire out. And I think somebody had this out of their 2000 Cobra R, and the car must have been sitting on it for some reason or something, because there's a flat spot and it's really dirty. But they were selling this in the jack, and they were trying to see what it was worth, and somebody said since they're both specific to the Cobra R, that could be like $1,000 sale right there for those pieces. So pretty cool to see. I really like seeing that. And the seller of this wheel had said something to the extent of they're all about weight reduction, they want it out of the car, they want to go fast, and so they don't really care to have this around anymore. I'm sure they probably just take the car to the track, and it's probably out with a trailer or something, so they don't really need it. But personally, I would hold on to that. I think that's a pretty cool piece of history right there. But I thought this was pretty cool. This is something that you don't see, and it's always upside down in the car, so you don't see the face of it. You don't really know what kind of wheel it is, and it's something that SVT had to figure out. And I like that it has the yellow sticker on it, and just really cool piece of history here. So when I saw this, I really wanted to talk about it a little bit in a video, and I did mention this in my video about a 2000 Cobra R I did recently, and so I'll put that video in the end of the video here, so you can click on that if you'd like to see that if you didn't catch it. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.